In a world obsessed with loud leaders and flashy personalities, Sigma males stand out in the most unexpected way, by staying true to themselves. These men don't seek the spotlight or validation from others. They walk their own path, guided by independence and quiet confidence. They don't dominate like alphas or follow like betas. They've carved out a space entirely their own. This uniqueness intrigues everyone, especially women, who often find themselves wondering about the enigmatic man who refuses to play by the rules. What is it about Sigma males that captures women's attention? Is it their mysterious aura, their unshakable self-reliance, or the way they seem untouchable yet deeply intriguing? Truthfully, women notice more than you think, and they're thinking a lot more than they'll ever admit out loud. This video dives into those hidden thoughts, peeling back the layers of fascination, curiosity, and even frustration that Sigma males inspire. If you're a Sigma male, embrace your individuality unapologetically. You're proof that strength doesn't have to be loud, and confidence doesn't need to follow anyone else's script. Watch this video to uncover the things women secretly think about you, because it might just change the way you see yourself. Number 1. They fantasize about being the one who breaks his shell. There's a quiet power in the way Sigma males guard themselves. They're the masters of emotional distance, never letting anyone in too close, and their independence is one of their most prized qualities. To the outside world, it can seem like nothing or no one could ever break through their thick shell. But for many women, that very impenetrability becomes an irresistible challenge. They secretly fantasize about being the one exception to the Sigma male's rule of solitude, the one person who could penetrate his guarded exterior and truly connect with him. The idea of being the one who gets past the walls he's carefully built is captivating. It's not about winning a prize or breaking him down. It's about proving that there's more to him than his self-imposed isolation. To women, the possibility of being the one who earns his trust and becomes the rare individual he lets into his inner world is thrilling. It's a chance to see the side of him that only a select few ever get to experience. The warmth, the vulnerability, the emotions he keeps hidden from everyone else. This fantasy goes beyond romance. It's about intimacy at its core, being the person who sees the depths of who he really is, and not just the confident, independent exterior. For women, it feels like the ultimate reward, knowing that they've been able to break through the barriers that even the Sigma male doesn't let down for just anyone. Of course, this kind of connection doesn't come easily, and that's part of what makes it so alluring. Women fantasize about being the one who changes the dynamic, the one who isn't just another fleeting interaction, but someone who matters enough to him to shatter his defenses. It's a powerful, almost sacred idea, one that makes the Sigma male all the more fascinating. Number 2, they're both magnetic and frustrating. Sigma males have a unique ability to attract attention without even trying. Their quiet confidence, unshakable independence, and mysterious demeanor act like a magnet, pulling people, especially women, into their orbit. Unlike flashy personalities who crave validation, Sigma males exude an aura of self-assurance that says, "I don't need anyone's approval." This is precisely what makes them so fascinating. But here's the twist. What makes them magnetic is also what makes them maddening. While women may be drawn to their calm confidence, they often find themselves frustrated by the Sigma male's apparent indifference. His ability to stay emotionally detached and unbothered by external pressures can leave women feeling invisible, even if they're trying to get closer to him. It's as if he's mastered the art of being present, but unreachable, creating an intoxicating paradox. This aloofness forces women to question their place in his world. Does he even notice them? Does he care at all? Or is his focus entirely inward, on his own goals and priorities? The truth is, Sigma males often aren't playing hard to get. They're simply wired differently. They don't need constant interaction or validation, and they rarely let emotions cloud their judgment. But this doesn't mean they don't care. In fact, when a Sigma male chooses to invest his time or energy in someone, it's deeply intentional. This selective attention can make women feel incredibly special, if they're lucky enough to experience it. The push and pull of a Sigma male's energy keeps women intrigued. They're a puzzle that can't be easily solved, and that mystery is what keeps people coming back for more. The frustration, while maddening, is also what makes them unforgettable. At number 3, they wonder if he's secretly lonely. Sigma males are the embodiment of independence, thriving on solitude and self-reliance. They walk their own path with a quiet strength that commands respect. But as much as this lone wolf persona fascinates women, it also raises questions they might never voice aloud. One of the most common: is he secretly lonely? From the outside, a Sigma male seems perfectly content in his solitude. He doesn't need a crowd to validate his worth, nor does he seek the noise of superficial connections. But to women observing him, that silence can feel like a double-edged sword. On one hand, it radiates power, the ability to be alone without feeling lonely. On the other hand, it leaves them wondering if his independence is truly by choice or a wall built to guard against vulnerability. They ask themselves, is he retreating because he enjoys his own company, or is it because he fears being hurt? His silence can be read as strength, but it can also feel like a shield, protecting him from rejection or disappointment. And this ambiguity only deepens the intrigue. Women often want to crack the code, to discover if there's a hidden layer of emotion behind his stoic exterior. What makes the Sigma male even more compelling is that he doesn't complain, seek pity, or broadcast his struggles. If he feels lonely, he shoulders it quietly, which only adds to his enigmatic charm. But that very silence can leave women wondering, if he lets someone in, would he find something he's missing? This paradox of independence and possible loneliness keeps women captivated, pondering whether the Sigma male's solitude is his greatest strength or his deepest vulnerability. Number 4. They see him as a puzzle, not a prize. Sigma males are not the type to walk into a room and demand attention. They don't flaunt their accomplishments or seek validation the way alpha males often do. Instead, they operate in the background, quietly confident and impossible to pin down. This enigmatic nature makes them less of a trophy to be won and more of a puzzle to be solved, a challenge that women can't help but find irresistible. For many women, the appeal of a Sigma male isn't about status or dominance. It's about uncovering the layers beneath his calm and composed exterior. While alphas broadcast their intentions and betas wear their hearts on their sleeves, Sigmas remain an enigma. They reveal just enough to intrigue, but never enough to fully satisfy curiosity. This keeps women guessing, wanting to understand what makes him tick. Is his silence a sign of deep introspection, or is he simply uninterested in playing social games? Why does he choose to walk alone when others flock to groups? These unanswered questions create an allure far more captivating than a man who wears his ambitions or personality on full display. What sets Sigma males apart is the sense that they don't need to be won. They aren't chasing recognition, admiration, or romantic conquest. This absence of ego is refreshing and slightly maddening. Women don't feel like they're competing for his attention. Instead, they're trying to connect with someone who doesn't fit into any predictable mold. The reward of understanding a Sigma male is deeply personal. It's not about claiming a prize to show the world, but about forming a connection that feels rare, genuine, and earned. And that makes the pursuit of a Sigma male far more fulfilling and unforgettable than anything status-driven ever could. And number 5, they question if he even notices their efforts. Sigma males have a knack for keeping people guessing, and for women trying to catch their attention, this can be both thrilling and frustrating. Unlike other men who are quick to respond to flirtation or obvious signals, the Sigma male often seems detached, making women question whether he even notices their efforts. From subtle glances to carefully chosen words, women try to draw him in without coming on too strong. But when the Sigma male remains unfazed, or worse, entirely unresponsive, it leaves them wondering, is he oblivious, uninterested, or is this all part of his plan? The truth is, Sigma males aren't wired to chase validation or respond to attention in the conventional way. Their focus is often inward, consumed by personal goals, deep thoughts, or simply observing the world around them. This doesn't mean they're blind to the efforts of those around them. It just means they prioritize authenticity over superficial exchanges. If a woman's intentions aren't aligned with genuine connection, they'll sense it and keep their distance. At the same time, This detached demeanor can make them seem like they're playing the long game. They don't rush into anything, which can feel like a test of patience and persistence. Women often find themselves analyzing every interaction, searching for signs of interest in his subtle gestures or brief moments of engagement. What makes it even more complex is that when a Sigma male does notice and respond, it's never out of obligation. His attention is deliberate, rare, and deeply meaningful. This keeps women guessing and, in many cases, hooked because the payoff, his genuine acknowledgement, feels like winning the attention of someone who doesn't give it lightly. In the end, his silence isn't rejection, it's a filter for what truly matters. Number 6. They secretly fear he's unreachable. The independence of a Sigma male is one of his most defining traits, and it's part of what makes him so attractive. He doesn't rely on others for validation, he's self-sufficient, and he walks his path with quiet confidence. But for women trying to get closer to him, that same independence can feel like an insurmountable wall. No matter how much effort they put in, women often wonder if they'll ever truly connect with him on a meaningful level. His emotional detachment can leave them feeling like he's always one step ahead, one layer deeper, or simply out of reach. It's not that he's cold or unfeeling, far from it. Sigma males are often deeply introspective and thoughtful. But because they keep their emotions so closely guarded, it creates the impression that they're untouchable. Women secretly fear that no matter how much they care or how hard they try, the Sigma male will never let them all the way in. His independence can sometimes feel like a rejection of intimacy, as though he values his solitude more than he could ever value a connection with someone else. What makes this even more complicated is that Sigma males don't need anyone to complete them. They're perfectly content on their own, which can leave women questioning their importance in his life. Are they just another fleeting interaction, or do they matter more than he's letting on? This fear of being unable to reach him can create a mix of intrigue and frustration. But for those rare individuals who manage to break through his guarded exterior, the reward is unparalleled, a connection with someone who doesn't give his heart easily but loves with a quiet, unshakable intensity when he does. Number 7. They admire his authenticity, even when it's brutal. One of the most compelling traits of a Sigma male is his unapologetic authenticity. He doesn't sugarcoat his thoughts or bend to societal expectations just to fit in. What he believes he stands by, and he isn't afraid to act on it, even if it puts him at odds with the crowd. For women, this raw honesty is both admirable and intimidating. In a world where so many people prioritize appearances or say what others want to hear, the Sigma male's refusal to conform feels like a breath of fresh air. He doesn't seek approval or soften his edges to make others comfortable. If he sees something wrong, he'll call it out. If he believes in something, he'll defend it, no matter how unpopular it might be. This unwavering commitment to his values inspires a quiet sense of respect, even from those who disagree with him. Women are often drawn to this level of authenticity because it's so rare. Deep down, many admire the courage it takes to live so unapologetically, and they might even feel envious of his ability to speak and act without fear of judgment. But this brutal honesty can also make him seem unapproachable. He's not the type to tell someone what they want to hear, and his straightforward nature can come across as harsh or unfeeling. Yet it's precisely this rawness that makes the Sigma male unforgettable. Women understand that his authenticity isn't about being combative or dismissive, it's about staying true to himself, no matter the cost. It's a trait that sparks admiration, even if it occasionally stings. To truly know him is to appreciate the strength it takes to be so real in a world that often values pretense over truth. Number 8. They want to know what keeps him up at night. Sigma. Males are masters of keeping their thoughts and emotions tightly guarded. They don't overshare, they don't seek attention, and they rarely let others peek behind the curtain of their inner world. This air of mystery makes women wonder what goes on in his mind when no one's around. The intrigue isn't just about his quiet confidence, it's about the depth they sense beneath the surface. Women secretly ponder what drives him, what are his passions, the things that ignite his soul. Does he carry fears he never speaks of? And what about his dreams, Are they as bold and unconventional as he seems to be? Unlocking these answers feels like discovering a treasure chest that few have ever touched. What makes the Sigma male so fascinating is that he doesn't feel the need to explain himself. He's not broadcasting his ambitions or vulnerabilities to the world, and that restraint is both maddening and alluring. For women, it creates a sense of challenge, as though understanding him would be like solving an intricate puzzle. They want to know what keeps him up at night, not out of idle curiosity, but because it feels like the key to truly knowing him. But here's the twist. Sigma males only open up to those they trust deeply, and even then, it happens on their terms. This makes their moments of vulnerability incredibly rare and all the more valuable. When he finally shares a piece of his inner world, it feels like an honor, an insight into a mind that so few get to see. For women, unlocking the mind of a Sigma male isn't just about connection. It's about understanding someone who lives life on his own terms. It's the ultimate prize, one that's earned, never given. Number 9. They're surprised by his hidden warmth. Sigma males are often seen as stoic, detached, and emotionally reserved. They're the kind of men who keep their feelings locked away, choosing logic and independence over outward displays of emotion. For women observing them from a distance, this can make them seem almost cold, as if they're too self-reliant to ever truly connect with others. But those who manage to break through the Sigma male's guarded exterior often discover something completely unexpected, a deep, hidden warmth that's as rare as it is unforgettable. He doesn't broadcast his kindness or try to win others over with charm. Instead, his compassion shows in quiet, deliberate moments, helping someone without being asked, offering genuine advice, or simply listening with undivided attention. This warmth is shocking because it contradicts the image of detachment he projects to the world. It's not loud or dramatic, but it's real, and it's powerful. When a Sigma male chooses to show his softer side, it's not for validation or recognition. It's because he genuinely cares, and that authenticity makes it all the more impactful. Women who experience this side of him often find it hard to forget. It's like stumbling upon a secret garden in the middle of a desert, completely unexpected, yet profoundly beautiful. It reminds them that beneath his tough, self-sufficient exterior lies a man capable of deep empathy and connection. This hidden warmth isn't something he shows to just anyone, and that exclusivity makes it even more special. For those lucky enough to see it, it's a reminder that the Sigma male's true strength lies not just in his independence, but in his ability to care deeply when it truly matters. Number 10. They notice how he disarms social structures. Sigma males are the ultimate rebels when it comes to social hierarchies. Unlike alpha males who strive to dominate and lead, or beta males who follow and seek approval, Sigma males completely sidestep the entire social game. They aren't concerned with climbing the ladder, securing a position of power, or fitting into the rigid structures that govern most social interactions. Instead, they walk to the beat of their own drum, choosing to exist outside the typical power dynamics. For women, this subtle rejection of the traditional hierarchy is not just intriguing, it's incredibly alluring. The Sigma male doesn't need to prove anything, and he doesn't let the expectations of others dictate his behavior. There's no bravado or posturing. Instead, he simply exists with a quiet confidence that speaks louder than any alpha's boastful dominance. This ability to disarm social structures shows a level of self-assurance that most people, men or women, can only dream of. He's not interested in impressing anyone or fitting into a mold. His confidence doesn't come from external validation. It's rooted deeply within him. This creates a sense of freedom that's both rare and captivating. Women find this fascinating because it reveals something deeper about the Sigma male. He doesn't play by the rules, but he's not trying to tear them down either. He's indifferent to them because he knows that true power doesn't lie in status or control. It lies in being secure enough to exist outside the game entirely. In a world that constantly pushes people to compete, perform, and conform, the Sigma male's ability to sidestep the entire system is a quiet rebellion. And it's magnetic. The sheer freedom of living without the need to prove anything is what makes him stand out, and women can't help but admire that level of internal strength. Now, at number 11, They're drawn to his energy but can't pinpoint why. The Sigma male doesn't stand out in the way an alpha might, commanding attention with loud energy or dominance. He isn't flashy and he doesn't wear his accomplishments on his sleeve. Yet there's something about him, a quiet, magnetic energy that pulls people in without explanation. Women find themselves inexplicably drawn to him even when they can't quite pinpoint what makes him so captivating. It's not about what he says or does, it's about how he is. His presence is subtle but undeniable. He doesn't need to be the center of attention to command the room. Instead, he exudes a calm confidence that speaks volumes, even in silence. There's a certain stillness to him, like he's perfectly comfortable in his own skin, and that comfort is contagious. Women might find themselves inexplicably drawn to his energy, wondering why they feel this pull when he's not overtly trying to impress anyone. This allure comes from the Sigma male's sense of self. He doesn't need external validation, nor does he seek anyone's approval. His independence and emotional depth create a presence that's at once mysterious and comforting. It's as if he's an untouchable force, effortlessly exuding confidence and security, and that authenticity, untarnished by societal expectations, becomes magnetic. Women are drawn to him not because he's flashy or trying to be something he's not, but because of the quiet power he carries. It's a type of energy that's hard to describe, yet impossible to ignore. There's no clear reason why they're drawn to him, but that's exactly what makes it so captivating. As I conclusion, in the end, being a Sigma male isn't about trying to fit into any mold or conform to what society expects. It's about embracing your unique qualities, your independence, your quiet confidence, and your ability to move through the world on your own terms. The things women secretly think about you reflect the strength and depth that come from living authentically. You're not here to please anyone or seek validation. You're simply being yourself, and that alone speaks volumes. There's power in silence, strength in solitude, and an undeniable magnetism in someone who doesn't feel the need to prove anything. The world might try to put you in a box, alpha, beta, or whatever label fits the moment. But the truth is, you're not bound by those constraints. Your allure comes from being unapologetically you, from choosing your own path, and from seeing the world through a lens that doesn't require approval. Women see this, whether they say it or not. They admire the way you stand your ground, the way you move through life with unwavering self-assurance, and the way you make your own rules. You may not crave attention, but your presence is magnetic because it's rooted in authenticity. So keep doing what you do best, being yourself. In a world full of noise and superficial expectations, your quiet strength and independence are what make you truly exceptional. And that's something that can never be ignored.